In 1981 and 82, I interned for a federal judge, Judge William Hoovler, while I was going to law school. And he told me to go into litigation when I graduated from law school because he said, when you find out the consequences of what happens and if a deal falls apart, you know your way around the courtroom. It'll help you even if you don't want to do trial work or litigation. If you decide to do transactional work later, you'll be able to draft documents better, but it's important to know the process in court. So when I graduated from law school, I went to a big law firm and I did litigation for 5 years. And I wanted to get out of litigation and stop doing trials because you could win the battle but lose the war. You could win the trial, you get a great verdict or whatever, but by the time you got there, a lot of my clients spent a lot of money and time. So I then went into transactional work where I did real estate transactional work for several years, and I decided to do mediation because my law firm, I was the first one to have a maternity policy. Then I wanted to go part-time after my first one. They let me, but when I had my second one, they said they wanted me full-time back. And I started thinking about what my other options were. I did this in 1990, and mediation was not popular in 1990. Nobody thought it was a good idea for me to go into mediation at that time. The litigators didn't like it. The judges really didn't like it. But I believed in that process, and I started doing mediation in 1990. I mostly handle multi-party cases. I'm certified in all areas. I tend to do mostly civil circuit and federal court work, and some appellate mediation, but generally they're multi-parties. Medical malpractice to shareholder derivative suits, to class action suits, to environmental issues. I always like to have an opening session. I think an open session in the beginning is good. I ask a lot of questions. I listen, and the parties can know that I could articulate their perspective. And when I go into caucuses, I help brainstorm a lot of different settlement alternatives, and I play a very strong devil's advocate when I'm in caucus to help clarify the issues and point out the risks if they give up decision-making control and abdicate to a jury or an arbitrator or a judge, whatever trier of fact. I like to spend time with family and friends. That's, primarily. I love to travel a lot. And I love hiking, horseback riding, reading,